Rest in peace, Ray Wilkins. Chelsea after Massimiliano Allegri, after growing frustrated with Luis Enrique and players returning from injury ahead of our game against West Ham on Sunday. Watch the whole video to find out about that and lots more. Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for another episode of Chelsea Weekly. And this is the show where I give you all the latest news surrounding Chelsea Football Club, transfer rumours, manager rumours, injury updates and everything else to do with Chelsea Football Club really. Before getting into it though, I need to ask you guys a favour because YouTube is being very weird. Because they have decided that if you like your channel and actually want to see their content, subscribing isn't enough anymore. It's becoming more and more of an issue that videos just don't show up in people's sub boxes, and it's happened multiple times that our videos didn't show up in the sub box of my personal account as well. So to make sure you at least know that we've uploaded a video, of course do subscribe if you haven't already, but also click the bell button as well to receive a notification whenever we do upload a video. We would massively appreciate that, and of course like I said, it would guarantee that you actually know when we do upload. And of course, if you follow us on our social media channels, to which the links are down in the description below, you will also find out about all the uploads. But now getting into Chelsea Weekly, and sadly we have to start with the worst news possible. Ray Wilkins has lost his battle against death, aged only 61, and passed away earlier today after suffering a heart attack late last week. For Chelsea and Chelsea fans, Ray Wilkins isn't just a former player and assistant manager. Because midfielder Ray Wilkins, born in 1958, made his first team debut for his boyhood club Chelsea, aged just 17 in October of 1973, before being named the youngest captain in Chelsea's history at the age of just 18 at the start of the 1975-76 season. He kept that role as the captain for 4 years until the at the time debt-ridden Chelsea had to accept an offer for Wilkins by Manchester United in 1979, where he then ended up winning the FA Cup in 1983. In 1998, Ray Wilkins returned to Chelsea as a coach under Gianluca Vialli and was at the club until said Vialli left Chelsea in 2000. But Ray Wilkins returned to Chelsea once again in September of 2008 as the assistant first-team head coach to Luis Felipe Scolari. After Scolari getting sacked, Wilkins was caretaker manager for one game, our 3-1 FA Cup win over Watford, before Gus Hiddink started his work as the caretaker manager until the end of that season. When then Carlo Ancelotti took over at Chelsea the following year, Wilkins took the role as the assistant manager and according to Ancelotti played a vital part in Chelsea winning our first and only League and FA Cup double that very season. Ray Wilkins then left Chelsea in November of 2011 under rather dubious circumstances, but nothing shows more how much of a blue blood and proper Chelsea Ray Wilkins was than him standing in the away end at Selhurst Park along with all the Chelsea fans when we faced Crystal Palace earlier this season. Ray will always be remembered as a blue and a great man by every fan and everyone at Chelsea Football Club. And my thoughts, our thoughts, go out to his family and loved ones. But I want to leave it on some words Carlo Ancelotti wrote about Ray Wilkins in his autobiography, and I quote, "Ray's one of those select few, always present, noble in spirit, a real blue blood, Chelsea flows in his veins. Rest in peace, Ray Wilkins." While mine, and I'm sure all of your moods are now certainly dampened, we have to carry on with the video. And you can imagine after a result like we had on Sunday against Tottenham, I almost don't want to talk about it, the manager question and rumours about a new manager for next summer are getting more and more. And reports have actually come out saying that former Barcelona manager Luis Enrique is or was actually top of Chelsea's wish list. But reportedly his wage demands, his indecisiveness and lack of commitment have made Chelsea lose patience and made them look elsewhere. And reportedly we've actually been looking at Juve manager Massimiliano Allegri, who said this week that after his spell at Juventus he will work abroad. He's still got a contract until June of 2020 and apparently other clubs such as Arsenal are also interested in his work, but that is what the rumour says anyway. Would I want Allegri? Not really, to be honest. Of course he's a very good manager and has done really well at Juventus, getting to 2 Champions League finals in 3 years and winning the Scudetto, the Serie A, every year as well. And he's certainly more willing to use different formations and systems and to adapt and vary his tactics than Conte is. But Allegri is still Italian and I don't really fancy another Italian manager right now, because that would just be bringing in players from the Serie A again, and to be honest I'm a little bit fed up with that reporting about players from the Serie A that no one really cares about, to be honest. And also, he's not exactly the most attacking manager either, and to my knowledge not known for using young players as well. So there is certainly worse managers to get, for example Luis Enrique in my opinion. I would prefer Allegri to Enrique, but maybe that's just me. But Allegri still wouldn't be my first choice. Whether you believe those rumours or not, that is up to you. I think it has been rumoured enough to believe it being true that Chelsea have been in contact with Thomas Tuchel, so Chelsea only looking elsewhere after Luis Enrique has shown lack of commitment towards joining us and saying that there has been interest of clubs but nothing that excites him. Seems like horse crap to me. Like, the contact with Thomas Tuchel has basically been confirmed. So this whole story seems a bit iffy to me. Luis Enrique might very well be one of the candidates we are looking at, but certainly not the only one. I've covered this before, but who would you want to be the next Chelsea manager, assuming Conte will leave or be sacked in the summer? Luis Enrique, Allegri, Tuchel, Jardim, or someone else? Let me know that in the comment section below. And the last story of the day is that 4 players that missed Sunday's game against Tottenham, David Zappacosta, Pedro, Ross Barkley and Thibaut Courtois, should be fit in time to face West Ham at Stamford Bridge on Sunday after having returned to training. Ross Barkley has apparently now returned to training with the first team after working with the under-23 side last week and playing 60 minutes in that game against Derby County on Saturday. Zappacosta wasn't involved on Sunday due to a tendon injury, while Pedro, according to Conte, missed the game with a physical problem, whatever that means. And of course, Courtois was out with that hamstring injury that he picked up ahead of the FA Cup game against Leicester before the international break. Like I said, reportedly all of those 4 have returned to training, while David Luiz is still out injured. Let's wait and see whether he will return this season or not, or when he will return. And actually, I think that's all of the stories that have come out since last week. If I've missed anything, please leave it down in the comment section below and we can discuss it there. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video, we would greatly appreciate that. Don't forget to check out my social media, which is Last1507 on both Instagram and Twitter. As you can see over here, it would be absolute class if you could follow me over there. And of course, subscribe to 100% Chelsea if you haven't already, that'd be absolute class as well. Thank you guys for watching, up the Chelsea, and again, rest in peace, Ray Wilkins.